Hey, everybody!
Hello to Happy
Welcome
Coco.
back on the Coco tapes.
Yeah, it's been some days.
Yeah, it's
It's
been a little while. It's been a tough little while. It's been quite the stretch, it feels, because, you know, time stretches out when you're not having fun.
yeah. So haven't been having fun. Why come? How come? What's
Yeah,
going on?
well, I think I don't know. I just I went into a slump, into a dump, into a hole. And
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time picking myself out of it. It was like, yeah, as if somebody hit on the low frequency triangle or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's go up here. Ding ding ding. No. Let's go down here. Dong dong do dong dong.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I played the Death March for about 14 days. It feels, although it wasn't quite, but that's how it felt.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been eight
Uh,
days. Yeah.
yeah, my
Mm.
head also felt a little scrambled, like this, fog brain.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
so, uh, so it was. I really had a hard time picking myself up, and I think the nicest thing about it was that yeah the the kids sort of brought some light to my life.
Mm.
But otherwise, it was a really hard time. It reverberated in my relationship and everything. And
Mm.
even you were like challenged by my my
Yeah,
negative communication.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, which is interesting. That brings it all back to the energy part in life, right? Everything's energy, and we pick up on each other's energies consciously or unconsciously all the time. you know. And yeah,
Yeah,
that is a part to remember all the time when you walk around in life. hmm hmm But uh, yeah, and it's like totally dropped yesterday when I mentioned about started talking about some of the things that you maybe didn't know that I actually thought you knew about the water and taking showers and how it closes everything and clogs up the pineal gland and so on.
mm,
And that was But that's what we were going to talk about. The point is that when we start seeing things and realizing things in life, right, which is, it's not for fun. They say ignorance is bliss because it is in the sense that you just follow along, move along, do whatever you're supposed to do, have your life, have your struggles. But then you can't, and there's other senses you can't unsee, right? So when you start
yeah,
seeing things, it becomes nice in some ways and challenging in the other. And you can go left or go right. You can feel the despair, the impossible how to come around this, get away from it, live a life now that you know that most of it is BS and actually taking you down, not lifting you up.
yeah,
Or you can be determined to, of course, survive it and use it as fuel to find your own ways in life. To stop playing the game that you're put into, right?
yeah.
But and how do you do that? Because that's the hard one. Because many feel the despair. I noticed it. So did I at some point. Like, okay, this is just impossible. There's no way around all this. Everything: the food, the air, the water, the TV, the entertainment, the music, everything,
Mm,
every hygiene, cleaning stuff, everything.
yeah.
The materials we build in, the clothes we wear,
Cosmetics.
everything. Your
Yeah,
glasses, even when we wear glasses, just normal glasses, is also messing up the sun rays, blocking, and so on. Our hats, our everything.
yeah.
So, how do you live a life knowing all this now? How do you feel? How can you stay happy? How can you stay uplifted? What can you do,
Yeah,
right?
that's the tough part. You even took away religion. Yes.
Yes,
When did you do that or was that
today,
yesterday? Today?
every people will get upset. I'm gonna say it. I heard it yesterday again. I know it. I just don't say it out loud because it's a sensitive, and I'm
Hmm.
usually not very sensitive or like I don't really sugarcoat things because I don't have time for it. We don't have time to sugarcoat anymore. It is the truth is the truth. How you want to receive the information is up to you. It's not my problem. It's not my issue. It's not mine. Just as when people serve things to me. It's up to me how I will act on it. Not react, but act on it, right? So yeah, and all religions are Luciferian. They are made. I'm not going to go into the details today, but it's an interesting talk, by the way. It's Luciferian. It's all BS. It's all
Yeah.
control. It's all fake faith, fake
I'm,
hope.
I mean, the thing that interests me though, yeah, but we're gonna have to do a longer one on that one. Is like I was actually quite, I mean, I've always been taken with Buddhism, Taoism, and actually also the Gnostics, right?
Yeah.
Because it refers back to the human being, and it's a different kind of looking way of looking at things. Whenever
Mm.
something refers back to you yourself and always leads you home, leads you to, like that thing with the Christ consciousness and blah blah and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Then then
Mm-hmm.
uh, then there is something about it, but there's also it's these are such strange times because none of the old, what do you call it? None of the old tricks works, do they?
Mechanism. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. We spoke about this a month ago, remember? Because we both usually normally practice the SGI, the mystical, like I always say, the mystical
The
line
mystic
of
law. Yeah.
mystic law. And I'm not religious, even though I'm brought up Muslim actually. But I'm spiritual. I never thought of a religion like that. Only due to the people that run it, usually. Never about reading the books, understanding the text. It's more about the way it's converted, corrupted, messed up by somebody reading it and then preaching it.
Mm.
So, okay. And we spoke about it at least a month ago or more that both of us have kind of felt a lack of interest for the organization or the way. I can only speak for myself, of course, but there was a mutual feeling. And actually, I have not dug into it now for a month. Actually, it's just like with my relations with people. It's a frequency thing. It's not like I don't like it anymore or like it or whatever. It's just like fading away. And I'm not saying it's not going to return, but it's because I realized, of course, that it's time to change everything. And what you do with this, you chant, right? You chant the
Yeah.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. It's a frequency. For me, it's not that important. The words, the meaning, I know it's the frequency. Just like people will meditate and chant Om or any other mantra gives out a vibration, right?
Mm.
But all the stuff around it for me is no longer necessary, even though it's super nice. And I know I'm gonna love when I go back to Kaikan or whatever. That's again the energy. It's not the form. It's not the house. It's the energy there
Yeah. The
because
thing
it's the same.
I think the thing for me is very much it's the also the energy of doing activity, and it's the one-on-one relationship to people, but that's the people themselves, right? And then the
Exactly.
power of the daimoku depends on the power of my, mm, the energy I pour into it.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is that it always it is like one of my tools to really tap into myself and
Mm.
actually uplift myself again.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we talk about it, I just remember how many times it has saved my ass. But the thing is that right now, as you said, I think the thing is that there has been, in my meeting with the practice, for the first time in a long time, I've been like every time I met with people that practice, there were confrontations where it's like this lopsided view of this is how it is and that's how it should be done. And I
Yeah.
get very, very, I'm like, no, 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 no. These are different times. You need to renew your approach to things, and you need to really value people, and you need to have a real exchange. You
Yeah.
cannot do this in this is how
No.
we do it. Not You can't do that anymore. You need
No.
to think again
Yeah.
and to
And
feel. Yeah.
exactly. And this is the issue because just like everything else in life right now, it has to be. You have to use your own discernment. Everything's being revolutionized, right? You have to change things. And if the people, no matter what area, if this is sports or religion or whatever, cooking, if you're not in the same frequency anymore, the whole house will not function.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
has become very, in your face right now, I feel, for many.
But it's also this, when people have stopped asking the basic why.
Yeah, yeah,
And and
yeah.
and that is what I feel sometimes that is happening. That is, that has been the source or the root of the trouble in many, many, many things that we have been led to, that the people stopped asking why. They just, oh, this is how we do it. And that's what to do, and this is how to do it, and here we go. And they stop, questioning.
Mhm.
They stop relating. They stop feeling themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
So even though something might begin to, actually hurt or whatever, they just keep on doing it because that's how it was always done.
exactly.
So
Yes. It is the part about question everything, right? No matter what area it is,
yeah,
or how dangerous it feels, or taboo it feels, or no, you cannot question this, or and this is the thing. But let's get back to the topic, really, which is also your situation and the reasons why this could suddenly have happened. And what's your take on it? I have mine, of course, but it's yours. What happened?
mm,
Mm.
well, I think there was like or for me it felt to some extent like there was um how you can hold on to some things
Mm.
which makes it bearable when everything around you is crumbling. And when you
Mm.
suddenly feel that you can't hold on to anything,
Mm.
that's when you start, you know, to smell the
Mm.
hummus. That's when
Mm.
you suddenly start, you feel like drowning. You feel like, oh
Yeah.
my God, there's nothing to hold on to.
Mm. Mm.
And that was like a very depressing sensation.
Mm. Mm.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. And me, I think that's super cool because this is the challenge. This is what forces us to start realizing the only thing you can hold on to is yourself
yeah,
and your answers. There's no longer the government, the partner, the friends, the work, whatever that you normally could like stabilize yourself with
yeah,
because anymore you see through it and so on. But and this is what forces you to go in and hold on to yourself and find yourself or activate yourself, activate your strength again, or maybe for the first time in life. And that is super tough in being grown up and suddenly like feeling maybe all alone in the world in the middle of a lot of people and nothing seems to be working, so you have to start finding a new way to work, right?
mm,
Or you go on the other side, which most people do because we're not taught this and we don't have the DNA and activated and we don't have the courage. So we go into fear
yeah,
and panic, freak out, or dumb it down or drink it out or whatever because, yeah, it's too much that seeing all these things and realizing all these things and that so few are talking about it. There's very few to like help stabilize the mood, right?
yeah,
Because you can't just meet up with some of your friends and have coffee and talk about this because most of them still don't know. Would just be like, okay, you're crazy. What
Yeah.
happened? You're crazy. Which makes it even more difficult to keep feeling sane because
Yeah.
everybody will dump you and put you out, and then you gotta keep on alone, feeling sane.
Yeah.
I mean, but the other side of that is amazing because you know you can manage everything and you can know, and it's all up to yourself or ourselves what life we want to live, and it's not dictated anymore about titles, careers, educations, income, and whatever, because it's this is again all BS. It's all made up
Yeah.
by somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you're in the process of having to find your own power, really, for real. For real, unless
Yeah.
you want to stay depressed or get depressed, which is also just a word that's just bullshit again. It's become very popular. I'm depressed. I think you have a depression. You must go to see the doctor.
No.
I'm just reacting to a shitty environment. Everything's wrong.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And that is exactly it. I mean, but it's also it's funny when you start, as I said this morning, when you start seeing the negativity too much, and you said, well, that's the point is to the get your that it's only seen when your focus is there, right?
Mm,
When your
yeah,
focus isn't on the negativity,
yeah.
then you will see another side of life.
Mm, mm, exactly. It is. It is so. It's really, really simple. Really, it's like, and there's so many stories for kids as well. Whatever wolf you feed will
Yeah, yeah,
grow. Right? Dark one or the light one, the happy one or the sad one, whatever. And it is so simple. And I used to teach my kids this, like, it's like the snap out of it, right? If they were in a bad mood or angry about something, I would let them express it, and I would say, "Okay, are you done?" When they were done, okay, yeah, they're done. Okay, now jump to the right.
yeah,
Then they would instantly start laughing because they physically, energetically moved themselves out of that space where they were locked in this whatever. And the moment you just move yourself physically, the energy changes. Just like I told you today, put on some music, dance every morning. Just do it, no matter how much you think it's stupid or whatever. I don't care, just do it. Because the frequency in the music cannot help but resonate with something in you and will lift you. Even
mm,
though your head is focused on something negative and la la la, you cannot. And if it doesn't work with the first two, you got to do a dance more. You got to keep on until it stops, until you lift it or exhausted or whatever. And it works. And these are these tricks I might have to do on myself for many years in these periods where I feel I'm on the other side of all this now. But for all these years where it was so frustrating, so difficult to be called crazy all the time, weird, mystical, all these in a negative way, right? It's like
mm,
it's not positive. It's not. It's always made in a negative tone. And I knew I wasn't crazy. I couldn't define what it was I was. Now I know what it was. I realized things. I
yeah,
questioned, but I had to do things like this. And in my home, we would actually dance every morning and every evening.
mm,
And the evening thing, you both generate the dance, get things out of the body, and also because you end up laughing. And the
yeah,
family stands in the living room like crazy, and you can't help laughing either, which is one of the best ways to end the day is with a
yeah,
big laugh.
yeah,
So you have to do all these small tricks, whatever works for people. Some people will sit and breathe, breathing exercises, or yeah, again, as I told you, slap your fascia, open your body, slap and rub your whole body,
yeah.
activate things, to
Knocking.
stay, yeah, yeah, exactly, to stay sane, right? But it was because we spoke about this morning about the trip you're walking yesterday, and you saw, what was it? Tell it yourself.
No,
You went to,
I took a trip in the park, and then suddenly there was like this fence, which was
mm,
put right through where, and which made it impossible to take to take the path I usually take.
yeah, and
And
you got
this
pissed off.
this this was like there from one day to the next. But at the same time, I had actually noticed before that there, this huge park, national park kind of thing is like being re-fenced.
Yeah,
They are moving with machines through it and tearing down trees, which also
yeah,
always also makes me yeah,
yeah.
sad.
Mm.
And you can just see like there's like this new these new fences being put up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a fence is always like the saddest view in the world.
Yeah, yeah, but it also agitated. It pissed you off, right? And I heard that you said it was like an add-on to your book about the shit that's going on, right? The
Yeah,
negative shit. And then I said, okay, just to give the example, was it's all about perception, the eye of the beholder. So, like, because you were, as far as I see it, in a negative state yesterday, also, you keep getting presented with the things that will support that feeling.
yeah,
If you had been in a positive state yesterday, you might have said to the kids, oh, let's take another route. Let's go see this way instead. And you would not have seen the fence. It doesn't mean the
yeah,
fence will not be there next time, but it means your experience, your perception would have been different. And this is also the part when you need to change things in life or you want to. Again, the simple play. We have these habits, every day. We do the same. We make coffee the same way. We We make the food the same way. Oh, now it's time for this. And this is also bullshit. This is not a living. This is just performing the plan, right? Yeah,
yeah,
but you have to have some. You have no. They don't. I mean, no. They don't care. They don't mind if you eat at that time, or with feet on the table or not. You know, so what I always say to people when they're stuck in situations like that, this is just what I used to do. You take another route. Next day, you go out the door, but instead of going left, you go right or the other way around. Yeah, but my car is parked to the left. Yeah, okay, but then you still go right. You cross the street, you go left, you go back to your car. You take another route. But the moment you do that little simple thing, doesn't cost anything. Your brain starts to make new routes.
yeah, yeah. Actually,
Different way.
I have gotten that one on a what do you call it? Intuitive level. I've often done
Mm-hmm.
that when I took a walk that I stepped away from the path because I could feel
Mm,
that there was energy to be gotten
yeah.
when you step onto the leaves in the brush of the trees, whatever, they're
Yeah.
not walking where you're meant to walk. But also
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there is
yeah,
so
yeah.
much which is meant to be done in this way and no other way. Everything is like being spoon-fed to us, yeah,
Yeah. To keep you from thinking and keep you from questioning, right?
yeah,
And this is the whole point. This is the whole point. Yeah. So yeah, sure. There's a lot to be upset about, pissed about, sad about, and the more you see all these worms coming out the can, it gets overwhelming for sure.
yeah,
For sure, it does. But again, as we spoke about many times, when we go down, our frequency goes down. We just start feeding it more and more, and we're feeding the you know the vampires. We're
yeah,
feeding a lot of other things around us, and this is what provokes me all the time. And I maybe it's the American part of me, like if that shit, I'm gonna you don't come on my space or territory. That's trespassing. It provokes me in a way, so I instantly, I'm gonna defeat this, letting it, so that's like my warrior thing. Like, no, 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 no way. What is this I'm feeling? I don't know what it is. And it could be anything. 5G tower, anything in the air. It's nothing. It's just also about not taking things personally. There's nothing wrong with you or me or anybody. We're victims of a lot of things going on around and inside us. That's not us. And I
yeah,
just think good way to think is anything there was this resistance. It can be a dialogue with somebody or traffic, whatever. It's the wrong route.
yeah.
Move, move away from it. And then people say, "Oh, you're such a hippie. You think everything is just peace and love." Say, "Yeah, it is. If you see
Actually,
it like that, to keep it like that, that's what you will experience. And the more you adapt that attitude, the less resistance will come, the fewer situations that will, if you learn your lesson, it's so simple. If you learn how to ride the bike, you will not have accidents that often. You will not fall off, right? And it's really that simple. But the problem is we go into the victim mode. This is what we're taught, right? Victim of the circumstances. I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything about the water. Sure, you can do something about it. Can I do about the food that I buy at the supermarket? Sure, you can. You can stop buying it. We are victims all the time. But then I can't, and I live too far away. Yes, but then you must shop once a week or online.
Yeah.
What works for you? You change the patterns.
Yeah.
Right? Just change the patterns. At home, I don't want to even call it home anymore because I don't think it's a home. But when I'm in Denmark, with the food, I really don't like the supermarkets, and they took away the only okay one, which was a habit called Irma. Anyway, I really don't like shopping, and I'm not like the kind that'll ooze around and check out new things, because it all feels so superficial. But I like, of course, vegetables and fruits mainly. And this is also bullshit, and I can't really grow it where I live because I don't believe in the air and the water and the whatever. But okay, so I would buy it at this co-op that's supposed to be good, and I hope to. That's all I can believe in. Anyway, it's too far away to drive all the time, and I'm a market person. I like to drive, to buy fresh every day. I'm not really good at like wheat plants and stuff, but I have to because they would deliver every day, every second day or once a week. And the funny thing was, I would order all these things and really look forward, like kind of old school, forward to Monday where they would come with it, and I would get my tower of boxes with my things and spend time taking it in, putting, you put all the fruits, the like the grapes and stuff, that has to go in the vinegar, and the others have to go in the bacon. So it takes forever. Sure, it does. But preparing, I mean, both the energy you put into it, the mental state, the emotional, so on, and the looking forward to being able to consume it was so much better than going down to the supermarket, wrapping out some organic apples from this plastic shit, and looking at them. They still look fake. They're not.
Yeah.
They're too perfect to be normal organic, real organic stuff. Yeah. So again, we must just find other ways. And yes, it's annoying to run out of things and have to wait till they deliver or something. It's easy to just pop over in the supermarket and get some shitty something or so-called good things, but it's still shit. So yeah, it's just you have to reorganize your mindset and your planning.
Yeah.
And I have to say, we can't do this. We have families. We have too much. And I said, it's not true. My kids went to Rudolf Steiner kindergartens, and they have kids, and many of them had many kids. They organized. They knew they can do it. Of course you can. All these excuses, Of course they could. And they didn't necessarily even have a car. They would do it on bikes.
Yeah.
Right? So, of course, it's possible.
Yeah.
Priorities. So are you still in that mood? Are you on the way up or down or?
Yeah, on the way up, I think. On the way up.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So
Let's
see what happens.
What happens? But you decide. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's all a decision. It's all a state of mind. We can decide. I want to be a shitty mood or not. I want to be a happy mood. Some people call it fake it till you make it. I don't really like that expression, but most understand it and know it. Just pretend to be where you want to be instead of saying, but I'm here in this shit. Yeah, maybe so. But pretend that you're not. Pretend you're somewhere else. And the ripples start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Enough for now about
All right.
the bug Samy got. Yeah.
And maybe that's what the episode should be called. The Bug Samy got.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you on the next one. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment, and do your own research.
Especially like if anybody else is feeling this, or maybe Sam is the only one in the world. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ciao.
Ciao for
Yeah.
now. See you on the next one.